Best Solo Soundbar 2023. The best solo soundbars are must-have if you've invested in a big TV and found that its speakers don't deliver the same level of immersion that you get from the visuals. Number 1. Samsung HWQ930B. The HDMI loop supports the HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision HDR formats as well as 4K resolution at frame rates of up to 60 Hz. There's no support for the 4K/120 Hz or variable refresh rate. VRR features now delivered by the PS5, Xbox Series X or high-end PC, but the same is true of almost all other current soundbars too. The soundbar also supports Q Symphony and compatible Samsung TV, intelligently pairing its speakers with those of the TV to provide a bigger soundstage. This soundbar isn't ideal for music, but it absolutely. Number 2. Sony HT-G700. We think the Sony HT-G700 hits an excellent sweet spot for features, price and the scale of its sound. It's a soundbar and wireless subwoofer combo, and the soundbar is a good size for TV of 48 inches and up. As we've come to expect from Sony, there's more to this soundbar than just stereo. As good as that is, it supports both the Dolby Atmos and DTS, Elite surround sound formats, which is not something that's guaranteed with even more high-end soundbars, and Sony uses its excellent sound processing and acoustic wizardry to create a real wall of sound that stretches way beyond the limits of your TV screen. But with convincing positioning and direction of specific sounds, it might not be quite as good as the Sonos, but it's definitely up there. Number 3. Sonos Arc. Sonos has managed to cram an entire surround sound solution into its Arc soundbar. It isn't cheap, but if you're already a fan of Sonos, then we think you're going to love the way this soundbar delivers really impressive surround sound. The Sonos Arc draws on Dolby's latest True HD and Dolby Digital Plus sound codecs to deliver the best quality lossless audio found on cutting-edge Blu-ray discs in some of the leading streaming services. It then enhances the 3D soundscape using Dolby Atmos object tracks to bounce certain sounds off the walls around you so they feel like they are coming at you from all angles. We thought the effect was pretty convincing in our tests, and while it's not as immersive as overhead speakers mounted on your ceiling, it's a lot easier to install. Number 4. Sonos Ray. Sonos impresses at the cheaper end as well as the higher end. With the Ray, its smallest and least expensive soundbar, the sound is an immediate and clear upgrade for the older or cheaper TV that it's aimed at. We tested it with a mid-range Sony set from a few years ago, and the dialogue was clearer. Movie scores have more life and drama, and it even delivers a good amount of bass for impactful explosions in action movies. Compared to built-in speakers of the 32 to 50-inch TV it's aimed at, there's no competition. It's a huge improvement. Of course, it's not as strong as the larger soundbars here. It doesn't offer the expansive width and height to audio that the Sony HT-G700 above does, nor is it as good with positioning sounds precisely in space, and it's simply less dynamic overall. But that's okay, because it's not made for people who are reaching for the most cinematic experience they can get. It's made for people who just want bigger and fuller movie. Number 5. Bose Smart Soundbar 600. The Bose Smart Soundbar 600 is a fantastic choice if you're looking for a budget soundbar that can really deliver. It pumps out big Dolby Atmos sound, but all from a relatively small package. At 27 inches wide by 2 inches high and 4 inches deep, it's a fairly sleek and compact design for an all-in-one unit and a perfect choice for smaller homes or screens. During our review, we noted that dialogue clarity is excellent, and while it doesn't hit the low bass notes that other soundbar systems with an included subwoofer manage, it offers up consistently exciting sound when watching movies and TV. There's lots more to love here, too. Onboard streaming features, including AirPlay 2 and Chromecast, are plentiful. App-based setup is a breeze, and everything. Number 6. Samsung HWQ990B. The Samsung HWQ990B is the high-end Dolby Atmos soundbar system from Samsung's 2022 range, and it's essentially the upgraded version of the Samsung HWQ950 above. Like the HWQ950A, it delivers 11.14 channels of audio that it directs around and above, delivered from a combination of soundbar, subwoofer, and 2 wireless rear speaker units. But it's made some refinements from the previous model. A new acoustic lens on the subwoofer diffuses the sound better around the room. The rear speakers have been redesigned to better help the precision of the up-firing drivers. There's now space-fit automatic room compensation to help maintain detail in the sound as it reflects around, and the sound has generally been tweaked and re-engineered. And the result is that, in the words of our review, The Q990B creates the most fully rounded and immersive surround sound experience we've ever heard from even the best Dolby Atmos soundbars. The way it steers parts of movie round around and right above you is unparalleled. Number 7. Samsung HW-Q700B. If you own a Samsung TV with Q Symphony, then the Samsung Q700B is the best soundbar for you. Q Symphony is the brand's high-end audio technology, allowing TV and soundbars to play sound at the same time in sync. Most mid-range and high-end Samsung TV from 2021 onwards support it. With this feature, the Samsung Q700B soundbar enables you to create a wall of sound. We watched the Netflix movie The Gray Man to test the soundbar, and in our review, we wrote that we were impressed by the clear dialogue, hefty presentation, and spacious soundstage on offer here. To be clear, even without Q Symphony or a Samsung TV, you can get a lot from this soundbar. The specs are great with a 3.12 sound system that boasts Dolby Atmos and DTS, X-codec support, and HDMI input and output. During our testing, we found that the HW-Q700B also doubles as a decent music speaker. It's high-res audio capable and sounds fine with all streaming sources. Number 8. Sonos Beam Gen 2. If you're tight on space, the Sonos Beam Gen 2 is the best soundbar you can buy. Its compact size means it will easily slot beneath your TV, whether you pop it on a TV stand or mount it to your wall, and the sleek design means it will look out of place with your decor. It's compact enough to work with 32-inch TV, just about, but it's a perfect fit with 40-inch TV up to 50-inch TV. It improves on the company's original Sonos Beam soundbar with virtual Dolby Atmos, HDMI ER compatibility, and a refreshed design. While it doesn't have the up-firing tweeters necessary for true Dolby Atmos, and as a result, we found the sonic height isn't as impressive as the Sonos are. The Sonos Beam Gen 2 boasts a wide soundstage and an immersive audio performance. It's very detailed, impressively dynamic for switching between